So, yeah, the snowman, Jack Frost, uh, chases you out into the car park. It's a bit slippy. Uh, Julie, if you could go ahead and draw a block.
Oh, okay. Like that.
Yeah, cool. You did it.
Okay, hang on. Time out.
What?
Dan, this is not being funny. This is a bit rubbish. Like, this is meant to be the Christmas Eve special, and like online Jenga. Not being funny. It's a bit naff, really.
Sure, but in case you haven't noticed, I have been quite busy editing 23 other videos to release this month. It's been quite taxing on me, actually, Nate. So, you know what? If you think you can do better, why don't you go ahead and do it?
Well, then I will.
Fine.
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 Oh. Yeah, there we go. That's more like it. Yeah, there we go. Cue that intro. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this Christmas Eve special of Dread. So, for those who don't know what Dread is basically just played with a Jenga tower or non-branded block tower, as maybe we should suggest that it's called. I have got a wonderful cast of people to get through this spooky Christmas Eve night. So, well-known DM Dan over here.
Hello.
We have newcomer to the channel, Livy. We have Julia. And we have Chris as well.
Hello.
So, let us begin. Are we all ready? Are we all ready for a spooky...
Will I ever be ready?
Yeah.
Can you ever be ready?
Can you ever be ready?
Right.
Spook me, baby.
Spook you. Let
But
us.
festively.
Yeah.
Festively. So if anyone who doesn't know how Dread works, Dread is a very simple game, laden with doom and maybe even death. And so basically, whenever any of the players need to perform an action, they will have to pull a block from the Jenga tower, and this obviously gets a little bit more and more tense as the game goes on. If the tower does fall, then that player will die, and we can come up with some sort of situation that's going to happen with them after that. So,
And even if it's like an accidental knock of the table, right?
it still counts.
Still counts.
Yeah.
Still counts.
Brutal.
No one shake the table!
Tell you what, if that happens, if someone dies because of an accidental knock of the table, could the person who knocked the table have their character die as well?
Yeah.
Because then that's like a deterrent for doing it on purpose.
Yeah, but then that curtails shenaniganry.
Very well.
Well, we've all got our cups of tea.
Mm-hmm.
Are we all fully prepared?
Yes.
As far as you can be.
I dropped it all.
You drank it all.
It's alright. I'll survive.
Okay.
Cool. Let us begin.
Okay.
So, it is Sunday, the 24th of December, 2023.
That's today!
That's today! Your friend Maya has invited the four of you to a small Christmas Eve get-together, promising festive vibes and Yule-tiled cocktails before you depart to your Christmas Day engagements the next day. In her aim to achieve this perfect, cosy winter aesthetic, she has procured a farmhouse cottage somewhere in the middle of Dorset. From the small amount of pictures that you've seen, though, the cottage has been decked out to the full with festive glory, and according to Maya, you have the place all to yourselves for the night. Maya did leave early so that she could start getting everything ready for you guys for when you turned up. You have all decided, you all know each other in sort of various ways, and so you've decided price of living is awful at the moment. Let's all go in the same car.
Mm-hmm.
So it's round about 3:30, 4 o'clock. It's been a fairly clear day. It's been a lovely little drive down to Dorset. The low, harsh sun is starting to set, causing a warm orange haze, contrasting the clear cerulean sky. Someone has obviously got to be driving. Who do you think is going to be driving this car? Or whose car is it?
Might be mine.
Might be yours?
Might be mine.
Yeah, so you're driving. Do you want to introduce your character to us, Chris?
Sitting in the driver's seat, you'll see a kind of longish haired guy, about 23, 24 years old, and like completely dressed like mostly in black, wearing a non-ironic Ramones t-shirt. And those jeans that have got like holes in the knees, that kind of thing. Got probably like a couple of chains sitting around like on his hips, that kind of thing. Quite a stern face as he's driving. The rule is nobody touches the radio. The radio's his. So his name is Ace. That's how his friends know him, as Ace. His full name is Arthur Charles Edward Fisher. That's why he goes by Ace. Yeah, it'll be probably Ace's car. It might be his dad's car that he borrowed. So it might be an Audi.
And if Ace wasn't invited to this evening of festivities, what would he be doing?
Compiling the list of records of the year. Compiling the playlist of the year. Like finding out or going through all the records that he's bought throughout the year and rating them on a scale of who he thinks has got top slot.
Oh, fantastic. Well, Maya has told you to sort of convince you to come along to this evening night, because you were like, that sounds like the perfect Christmas evening thing for you. But Maya has convinced you to come along because apparently the owner of this cottage is also a very big music fan. So there may be some memorabilia sort of hanging around there that you can have a little look-see at. Who do you think's sitting next to you in the driver's seat?
Who called shotgun?
Livy, do you want to introduce your character?
Of course. So I'm Suze. I am a young, up-and-coming UFC fighter, or maybe it's I don't know, AFC or something that isn't quite affiliated with UFC.
DFC.
DFC, yeah, Dread Fighting Championships. Exactly, it's the Dread Fighting Championships. And yeah, she is sort of small, lean, incredibly muscular. She's currently sporting what was probably a black eye from a couple of bouts ago. So she still has the black eye. She wears her hair in 2 little boxer braids, ready for her next spar. And as she's not allowed to touch the radio, she'll be having her headphones on and probably blasting out some gangster rap with her feet up on the sideboard.
And what would Suze usually be doing on Christmas Eve if it wasn't for the fact she was...
Probably trying to find the only gym in town that was still open on Christmas Eve. Determined to get in one last gym sesh before the Christmas holidays.
Well, the way that Maya sort of enticed you to coming along to this festive night is, one, she plans to make a fully high-protein evening meal.
Good.
And also there is all the wood that you can chop for the massive fireplace.
I'm into my calisthenics at the moment, so...
There's a straight tires you can hit a sledgehammer. That kind of thing. You can just flip tractor tires as much as you like.
Sitting behind you who is poking at your headphones and your braids. Dan,
Yes.
would you like to introduce your character?
Yeah, I'm trying to get Suze's attention because I've just pulled off a sick combo on the the Warzone game on my phone. I'm a bit wary because the battery's running low, but I've got my chargers in the back. I'm a portable chargers, and I go. Well, I'm trying to convince everyone to call me by my new name, Mackie. Real name Michael. I'm adamant it will stick if I keep on telling you all, asking. Well, and yeah, wearing a relatively plain kind of get-up, like grey shirt, black hoodie, plain jeans. There are a couple of bottles of like influencer promoted energy drinks in the footwell around my feet, and I'm currently just like smacking Suze on like with the phone around the other side.
And what would Mackie be doing if he wasn't coming to this thing?
So if I wasn't here, I would be racking up sick kill scores, like kill streaks on
The hit game weekend.
yes.
Yeah.
Six and like streaming to my scores of adoring fans. It's up and coming, you know.
Fair
Like
enough.
Twitch takes quite a while to get rolling.
Well, Maya has enticed you to come along this evening because her brother is also going to be there. She says he might turn up. She doesn't know yet. It's not. And her brother is actually quite a famous Twitch streamer. Has a good amount, and
I'm sensing some collabs.
is very interested in some collabs with up and comers.
Yeah.
And then sitting beside you, Julia.
I am going to be Chloe, or it's me, Chloe, on Instagram and TikTok and anywhere else. So Chloe is quite. She's slim. She's very blonde. She's wearing all black, white, and beige, and is very image conscious, very put together. And yeah, she's probably taking selfies in the back like this and posting them online.
Fantastic. And what would Chloe be doing?
Chloe fancies herself a bit of an influencer, and I think normally on a Christmas Eve she'd probably be at home with her cat Marshmallow. No, her cat. What did we say it was? Mochi, and her pug Marshmallow, both of whom are beige. And she'd be like dressing them up in their Christmas, like their sponsored Christmas outfits, and doing like photo shoots and stuff, and posting them online.
Fantastic. Well,
like, with the tree and stuff, and try and make everything look as picture perfect as possible.
yeah. Maya did say, unfortunately, you weren't able to bring Marshmallow. There was no pets allowed in this farmhouse cottage. But she did say that the aesthetic of the cottage is very cottagecore.
Is it cottagecore?
It's very
Oh,
cottagecore.
cottagecore's really
Perfect for the grid.
And it would be perfect for the grid.
amazing.
That sounds like a genre of music I should know.
What cottagecore?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I just ask, as Julia, what's the grid?
As in the
It's
Instagram.
Instagram grid.
As in the Instagram grid.
Oh, the grid. It's not the grid. I thought there was an app I wasn't aware of. And I'm playing the influencer. I know.
So we're all sort of like in our early 20s. Are we saying all that? Pretty much early 20s. Fantastic. So we're all Gen Zers. Obviously not in real life.
We'll talk about it.
Awesome, fantastic. So as you're driving along, it is now around about sort of 5 o'clock. The sun has fully set, and it has been replaced with a black and chilly night sky. Your car's full beam is the only light that is showing a sort of shimmering off the dusting of snow on the path. Your sat nav says you're very close. You're about 2 miles away from where you need to be, and you've suddenly started going down a sort of very treacherous, one singular country road, and you can't see anything sort of on your sides or anything, even with your full beam on. It's pretty black out there. But the 2 miles, even though you've been travelling for a good couple of hours now, those 2 miles are just seeming quite unbearable as you're travelling down.
Setting the tone, if I may. Ace kind of like concentrating, like, this ain't the music for this, man. This needs to change the music. And he presses a couple of buttons on his phone, much to everyone's like hatred of anybody fiddling with their phone whilst they're driving. doesn't just like cares not for this. Finds the latest band that he's been into, Dreadnought Bugler, who are really well known for their amazing song Golden Feelings.
People are going to be going to Spotify right now going, "I've heard of that one."
None of these bands exist. I think I've made them up, or this app has made them up for me. Thanks, app.
Thanks, App.
So as you change onto the next song, and you're sort of swerving a little bit.
Please do not jettison one of us through the windscreen at the start of the game.
I was actually going to say, pull a block for that, for changing the song.
Yes! That's what I wanted.
I hope it was worth it.
So remember,
Crash the car.
one
That's
hand
what I
on the
wanted.
table.
The rules, are we poking? Are we allowed
You
to
can
do a
poke
poke?
as long as you're only doing it with one hand.
Okay. I will
So as you
start a poke.
So as you start to sort of look for that favourite track of yours, it's usually sort of round about the very top, but
A, B,
your
C,
phone is being sort of
no.
slightly slow, feeling the wheel a little bit unsteady under your fingers.
Bloody
But you
dolphin.
seem to get that song in, and you're travelling quite nicely down the road.
I lost signal there for a bit. Oh, man.
It has begun.
Yes. Someone had to be the first.
Do we have a rule for how far up from the top we can't pull?
3, so it has to be 3 down.
Does this count as the first? So one,
No, so
It has to be a
1,
full-
2, 3.
full row.
Does
It
that-
has to be a full row.
Does that also apply to the bottom? Are we allowed to go
You
as
can
far
go as
down
far
as
down
we
from the
like?
bottom as you want, yeah.
This one and this one, ideally. Right here.
So, those 2 miles, feeling quite long, but finally, peeking over the large thickets, you see a warm, welcoming glow of a cottage up in the distance. Small twinkling lights dance in the windows, and clouds of smoke softly bloom from the chimney. The sat-nav announces your arrival to this destination as you pull up to what you believe is a driveway. You're not completely sure because yours is the only car there. What would you like to do?
Get the wrong place.
I will get out.
Yeah.
Get out the passenger side back door, and I'm so like into my phone. I'm just gonna start like walking up to like. So is it cottage?
Yeah, it's a cottage.
You
You start noticing your game's acting a bit weird. It's sort of lagging slightly.
I check to see if I've got like if power saving mode's come on to knock me off 5G, and then I'm just, off work, and then I close it, and then I'm peering through like the windows in the front to be like dong 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 dong. Yeah, oh yeah.
Yep, you do that. You see, like, lights are on. You sort of are looking through into a kitchen.
Hello.
Sort of like a brightly, sort of stereotypical kitchen.
Lights are on.
Basic-
Maya is dead.
Basically.
Maya, I need the Wi-Fi. I need the Wi-Fi password, Maya.
Just for what you can get in that house.
You don't hear anything.
Great.
She didn't send you the hair being peeling.
Is the idea that we're staying here for the weekend?
Yes, you are staying here for the weekend.
But then we're staying here for the night and then going back.
Well, no, you're staying. Yeah, sorry, you're staying here for just the night.
Just the night,
Yeah.
and then going back Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Right, and
I will huff and no, I think she's on the toilet or something.
how many other people are we expecting to be here?
You don't know.
We don't have a clue. Could
I
just.
like this one. She's in the bog. Probably.
So I think probably we want to try the front door I guess we have luggage and stuff. Bring that. I bring my luggage up to the front of the house.
So as
Or
you're
I'm taking pictures of the house. It's interesting.
I'll grab your luggage. I grab your luggage, my luggage, your luggage.
Nice.
from where Mackie is actually banging on a window, there is actually sort of like a back door right next to it.
Oh, it's a back door. Ah, this is not the front. We've pulled into the back. Interesting.
I'm happy to go around the front if anyone wants to join me.
Yeah, we'll go around the front.
Use my phone as a torch.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Not turn on the torch.
Just use the
It's just
phone.
the front.
So you're walking around to the front of the cottage. You can still see. You could only ever see light in the kitchen. All of the other windows are now completely black. Besides from sort of like some very sort of twinkly little lights that you can see sort of in the darkness.
I'll continue shouting out for Maya as I walk around.
As you're walking sort of around, you see a front door, but you also see quite a large wooden shed right next to sort of like the front door, with the door that's been locked with a chain and a padlock.
Wait, there's a padlock on the shed.
On the shed,
Oh,
on the shed,
not on the front door of the cottage.
Yeah.
I look at. Did anyone come with me?
Oh, I came.
Yeah. Okay. I stop and suck my teeth. If that is the shitter, this is going to be a terrible, terrible few days.
If that's the toilet, I'm leaving. Knock on the front door. Hello, Maya.
No one answers.
Maya.
I'll
Can I try?
You start sort of actually pull a ball.
It's a death door.
You are electrocuted.
Oh
It's like,
no.
it's like Home Alone. It's actually really hot.
You're
Iron falls
Oh,
on
it's
your
Home
face.
Alone. That's it. We've rumbled, mate.
you're feeling the sort of the door sort of like, and it opens, but as you sort of push it forward, there is something completely stopping the door from opening. It's not like from the bottom. It feels like something is completely blocking the front door.
You've got to go around the back.
Okay. Why?
Well, this door's locked, I think.
Fine. Okay, we're going to go back around the back. I'm going to start calling Maya as we
Okay.
go around the back.
As you're calling Maya, it sort of kind of goes like, it's just difficulty connecting.
Must be no signal. Middle of Dorset and all that.
Who uses chain latches nowadays?
I don't know.
Are you surprised they don't have a ring?
Right? How they like?
Or a
Well,
circle.
there's shit Wi-Fi around here, isn't there? So there's no. Can't.
As I come back round, can I try the back door?
Yep. You try the back door and it opens fully.
Oh, perfect.
That door has always been open.
Easy.
Guys, this door's always been open. Idiots.
Oh man.
Calling everyone's
At least we know about the creepy death shed now.
Yeah. The only box you weren't allowed to bring was the box of vinyl that Ace brought with him.
Yeah.
You have to have it.
Right, yeah.
And vinyl's heavy as well, so you enjoy that.
Okay.
So yeah,
It's
so
in a
we're
metal
in.
case and
You
everything.
going in?
We're in. We're safe. We did it.
Okay.
End of
We
End of
survived.
day.
Yay!
Not. Okay, so you've entered into the kitchen, and the kitchen is what you consider to be a very stereotypical countryside kitchen. It's got the wood slab.
It's got the island.
It's got the island in the middle. It's
no.
got not wood slab. It's got stone slabbed flooring. It's got an
Insane.
auger that's slightly heating, and a
Goodness.
big sort of wooden table in the middle.
Oh.
The only thing that makes us different from any other kitchen is the fact that it's absolutely decked to the nines with tinsel, garlands, paper chains, angels, baby Jesus in the corner, just like all. But as you're sort of looking at all of this, something feels off, and you as you're sort of walking in, you can smell it. You can smell this sort of dank smell, and you're sort of looking around, and you can tell that these decorations have been here for a while. There's sort of a small line of dust that is sort of piled up on the most of these decorations.
What, like since last year?
They sort of almost look faded as well.
Why just use this place every Christmas and that's it? How rich are our parents?
Yeah, seriously.
Oh,
Use it once, throw it away.
so mild.
So Maya, isn't it?
The one thing that only looks fairly new is a brand new tablecloth with little decals of Christmas trees, much like this, on the large wooden table, and a small paper note.
A note.
A note.
Beautiful.
You need to draw a block so you read it.
I won't make you draw a block to read a note. You get a fatal paper cut and you die.
Yeah, I'll pick up the note.
Okay. So you pick up the note, and in sort of purple ink handwriting, it says, "Hey guys, I went out to get some more supplies. I would have sent something in the group chat, but there doesn't seem to be any signal in this place, and I can't find the Wi-Fi. Don't worry, I'm sure it's somewhere around here. Like, this guy downloads loads of weird music, so he must be able to download it some way. Ha ha. Anyway, make yourselves at home. We have a whole place to ourselves. I may even have left some little festive surprises around the house, but you'll have to find them. I'll be back soon. Maya, kiss kiss." XOXO.
Right.
So when she says downloads, man, I hope it's not illegal. It's not long, man. I hope he pays for them, you know? Like, I hope he like uses one of the many apps.
One day I'm going to go introduce you to Blobify, and it's going to change your life, man.
Yeah, but it doesn't sound the same, man.
We can just buy you old headphones. That's the same.
You don't get that hiss. You know, that beautiful...
I roll my eyes because it sounds like my dad.
Yeah.
Oh.
These guys are talking. I was going through the cupboards looking for a NutriBullet. Like, what's the NutriBullet?
Hey,
My protein shakes.
as you're looking through all the cupboards and everything, you notice that there really isn't any food. You can find cutlery, you can find jars upon jars of weird looking things that you're not willing to sort of
Squirrel.
to sort of comprehend as food.
Yeah.
But there is no food, even in the fridge. There is no food,
Oh.
which is a bit of a downer because you lot have been travelling for quite a while, and it's been a good 2 hours since your last welcome break.
Yeah.
So you are feeling a little bit peckish.
Did you eat all of the snacks?
Me?
Yeah. Or did you
Does
eat
it look
all
like
of
I
the
eat all the snacks?
Yeah.
No. I had my cashews in the car, and that's it.
Right.
Cashew mum.
Well,
Aspiring cashew mum.
I mean, we just have to wait for Maya to come back. Like, if she's gone out for supplies,
I want to find those presents she's left us.
I want to find the Wi-Fi. Because she clearly doesn't know what she's looking for.
I'm gonna go look around the house for my presents. My surprise.
Okay,
Turn on the lights as I go.
so you're going out. You try and turn on the lights, and they don't switch on.
Oh no, I
You
don't
seem-
see either. Oh.
But you do
Fuse
see.
box, man. The fuse is blown. I know it.
So you're looking down the hallway. So you're coming out of the kitchen, and you're looking down the hallway.
Mhm.
You can see two adjacent doors, one to the left and one to the right.
Mhm.
Both of them have a small glow of something, and then also see some twinkly lights in there as well. So there's some sort of electricity happening.
Uh-huh.
You're just not sure, sort of like what's happening.
I bet this place runs on solar, man.
Okay.
I bet, like, the sun's gone down.
Sorry, how do you think solar panels work?
Well, when the sun goes down, you've got...
You
like,
don't have power.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
This is Dorset. That's pretty on par for Dorset.
Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna go into the room on the left.
You're going to go into the room on the left. Fantastic.
Ace might not be the brightest kid in the box. But he knows about his tunes.
Is anyone joining Chloe
Oh no,
in the
just let me
room?
die on my own.
Yeah, I'll follow Chloe.
Okay. So the room on the left obviously catches your eye because it's actually sort of like quite a large glass door, like double doors.
Mm.
You open them up and you are welcomed into what you're probably pretty sure is a dining room.
Mhm.
instead of sort of like the multicolored flashing lights that you've seen sort of like in the kitchen, this one has sort of just like very slow throbbing white fairy lights sort of all the way around the sides. But that's not what draws your attention. Your attention, however, is drawn to the large ornate dining room table, laid perfectly with cutlery, plates, napkins, Christmas crackers, and all the way along, even sort of pinned up, sort of like along the walls, are just rows and rows of paper hats, just all the way along there. But then again, that's not what draws your attention. What draws your attention is a large, glowing with blue humming flame Christmas pudding, and a little model of a Santa Claus rubbing his little tummy with a sign that says, "It's always time for pud."
I think I found a Christmas surprise. Excellent. Got pudding sorted.
What would you like to do?
What would I like to do?
Eat it.
As you can see that there is sort of like, there is still a hazy glowing flame as if the pudding is alight at the moment.
So literally someone was
been-
just in here.
Yeah, lit a few seconds ago.
Yeah, that's kind of creepy. I'm creeped out. Can I be creeped out for
You
a
can be
moment?
creeped out, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What do you make of that, Suze? Don't those halos of burning brandy only last for like a minute or so?
Yeah. Can
So-
I look under the dining table?
Ooh.
There's nothing underneath
There's
that.
nothing under.
Aside from like a rolled Brussels sprout.
What is the deal with the hats around the room?
They're all, it seems that they've also been like arranged in colour, but they're all different types of like paper hats.
What,
sort
are
of
these like
around.
pinned to the wall?
Pinned
did
to
you
the
say?
wall.
Any of them black?
No.
It's a bit weird,
It's
isn't it?
weird. The slow throbbing white light.
Is it still going, or is it gone out by the time that we've looked?
It's still going.
Is it just like a perpetual flame?
Yeah.
around this thing?
Wait, man. I've got some great tune to like accompany this.
I don't think we need.
No, hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. I'll dig into the backpack, pull out my little speaker, hook up my phone,
Yeah.
Bluetooth it, search through, find a band called Congressman Consumable.
Do you have these all downloaded, by the way?
Yeah, there's no internet.
Yeah.
I don't know. You tell me.
I'm just asking.
Probably.
You do have them downloaded.
Probably. Find a band called Congressman Consumable. And just like surf through looking for the perfect track. Which I will find out what it is. It's called Feel Ends.
Okay.
And it's quite like a low droney kind of like,
Can you pull a block for me?
one hand on the table,
Hand on
right?
the table.
Right. Okay, I'm going here because this one looks like it wants to maneuver.
Oh, I don't know though. Don't know, mine.
Hey. Success. So do you put on this track and you're not, from a shock, it seems that the Christmas pudding actually now rages like a red flame.
See?
What?
Music affects everyone,
Just-
man.
Just go down and press the stop button on his speaker.
There you go.
Just on the off button.
The pudding goes down to a hum again.
Oh wow.
Don't need any drone music.
It was just getting
Pudding.
good.
With the flame sort of calming down, you can now actually smell this pudding, and it smells really good. And you can feel your stomach sort of.
Did anyone check the fridge for
Yeah,
brandy
nothing
cream?
in there.
No brandy cream in the fridge, man.
Nothing. No low fat yogurt.
I don't trust this pudding.
I mean, can you eat? Well, I can't say anything. I'm not there.
Yeah.
I'm not there. I'm not there.
Anyway, you don't eat pudding first, do you? So we should probably wait a bit longer and see if Maya's coming back with the food.
It's Christmas Eve. You can do what you want.
True. I want to see what the other rooms have in them.
Well,
I think we should check the whole house before we relax.
But do you want to leave this alight?
Sure. I don't think it's going out anytime soon.
Is there anything else? Is there like a fireplace in the dining room?
No, there isn't a fireplace in the back.
We could take
Put
it
it in the
outside,
fireplace.
man. But it's gonna be hot. You gotta get some there's oven gloves in the kitchen.
Can I go into the kitchen and get a glass of water?
Yeah, of course you can.
Douse
You're gonna-
the pudding.
You're gonna head back into the kitchen, and
Pudding's
you
not
sort of
nice.
Funky pudding.
you find like a glass sort of, and the water at least looks like it's running quite clear, so that sort of eases your mind a bit, and you head back into. I'm guessing you're heading back into the dining
Yep.
room.
I just throw it on the pudding.
Okay. Can you pull a thing for me?
The pudding will have its vengeance. One hand on the table.
On the table.
So as you're uneasy with this sort of pudding, the glass, you feel yourself as sort of like a fairly strong person, but something odd is seeming to make your hand just slightly shake while you sort of peer over
You can change your hand.
this Christmas pudding.
I feel like last time we played this, we took out too many side bits in the beginning.
Mm.
And
I thought we
then
did too many middle bits, so we didn't get enough.
The side bits are better.
Yeah, but then
No?
you have a
Not always.
no. You get an uneven spread. Oh, we can take this one now.
Okay.
Oh, it's fine.
It's fine.
Is it fine?
Fine.
You're
Stinky.
so gung ho.
Why do you think I'm the brawl not brains character?
Are any of us the brains character?
Yeah, that's true.
Fantastic.
Yet to find out.
Fantastic. So you just throw this on this pudding, and nothing happens. It's just a doused, bit soggy Christmas pudding now.
But still alive.
No, it's not a light anymore.
Ah, it's fine. You did it.
Right, now we can leave.
Crisis averted.
Crisis
Well done,
averted.
Suze. Let's go. I'm going to check out the room opposite.
The opposite room. Okay. So you head across into the
I think
opposite room.
That would be the room I'm in because I broke off.
Oh, you already
Okay,
went in there.
let's
Okay,
let's
we'll go back
cut
to
to Mackie then. So Mackie, you have come into what you believe to be a living room. You're not 100% sure because it's still quite dark.
Is it a living room near the front of the house?
It's the living room that's near the front of
Because
the
that's
house.
where like internet cables tend to come in. Right.
So there's some small, quite dim, sort of twinkling, multicolored lights that are sort of like around the window, and there is a fireplace that has sort of like a very small smolder that's going on, not really sort of enough to sort of illuminate the whole room.
Sure.
But you can see next to the fireplace is a single well-worn armchair, and then the other side of the fireplace is a very lackluster, well, it's a very decrepit Christmas tree where you can see the pins are starting to sort of fall off and pile up around the trunk of the tree. You kind of almost can't see this from how much it literally looks like it's been vomited on by Christmas decorations.
Okay. I will furrow my brow, looking at the armchair in front of the fireplace. I'll roll my eyes because this is probably one of those kind of places with a landline.
What?
Right. And I look at the fireplace and it's a low glow, yeah?
Yeah, very low glow.
I have a quick glance around the sides to see if I can find the switch that will turn the glow up.
You have no real luck. You can fully see that this is one of those old-timey wooden fireplaces. However, there's not actually very much wood around here, but there is a big pile of newspapers next to it.
Realistically, is the fireplace the only thing kind of properly illuminating the room?
Yeah.
I will purse my lips and intrusive arsonist thoughts enter my brain. Purse my lips. I'll have a quick look at the newspaper just to make sure it's not like today's.
Okay. You look through the pile of newspapers and you actually see that they go back even like a couple of years ago. Like there seems to be one from like 2022, 2021, 2020.
They need none of these.
Yeah. So you whack those on. As you're sort of throwing these papers onto the thing, you sort of like, you're kind of tearing them up and scratching them up and go like that right into there, and that sort of brings the flame a little bit more to life.
Yeah.
And while you're doing this, you do actually notice that there's like some flappy bits in the paper, like almost like some of the articles from it have been cut out.
Or there's a poison pen letter somewhere that's been undelivered.
So just like holes cut in pages. How? Like roughly how long ago is the date of like the first newspaper I look at?
So the first newspaper that you're looking at is going to be round about sort of December 28, 2022.
Okay. Because I'm an utter numbskull, I pay it no mind.
Yep.
I see it. It means nothing to me. Therefore, I chop the hole.
Cool. So you've whacked all of this newspaper onto there, and it's lighted the fireplace, and this now seems to produce sort of like a much more bigger glow.
I feel very accomplished.
Very accomplished. So much that next to the armchair, you actually see a little table. It's got another newspaper on there. It's got a mug and a little box.
Okay. How little are we talking?
Sort of like about this size.
Okay.
Like a little gift box almost.
No, it's just like a little wooden box.
Oh, okay.
What's in the box?
Something
Yeah.
great.
Gen Z curiosity will get the better of me, and I'll just again completely absent-minded. Just look in the box.
Look in the box. You look in the box, and it's actually a little music box, and it plays a little song. And it's got a little angel sort of twirling around, but there's nothing in the box. Just twirling around.
Can I hear this from the other room?
If you're coming in, you can probably start hearing it.
I stare at the angel, just a bit confused, because I've heard about these, but I've never seen one. And I acknowledge, I think to myself, I haven't actually got an ace at Christmas present. So I'll close the box, put it down, and I'll keep that in mind. Give that to Ace tomorrow.
You're making the camera shake.
Fantastic. So you're hiding that away.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else?
I kind of look around, and now it's a bit more bright. I'm just kind of. My eye line is mainly sticking to the corner of like the floor and the walls.
Right.
So I'm looking for telltale white BT telephone lines.
No.
So if I can find that and follow it, eventually I'll get to the router.
Fair enough. So you start sort of like scurrying around, sort of like the
And
corners,
maybe moving things out.
moving things out of the way. I mean, to be fair, there's not actually a hell of a lot in this room. It's quite a relatively small. It's more like a sort of snug sort of living room area. There's not sort of very much. There's sort of like some bookcases. The bookcases again are sort of covered in tinsel. There seems to be a hell of a lot of Christmas cookery books that are lined up in the bookcases as well. But that's not what you care about. You're looking for cables. You find a sort of whitish cable. A little bit of excitement sort of boils up in you. You start following it, and then you just realise it's cables to the twinkly lights that are going around the room, and you have no luck in finding any sort of internet cables.
I kind of I tut loudly to myself, because I know that using like mobile 5G gives me really bad lag.
Right.
So I'll have to use that. And I've got 3 of them in my bag, so it's fine.
Fair enough. And I mean, do you lot want to come in if you wanted to come into the room now?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cool,
So the 3 of you come in as well. You've noticed, obviously.
I made a fire.
that you
Yeah, with
noticed that
paper. It's going to burn out in like 5 seconds.
Burning, isn't it?
there is more paper sort of like stacked
There's
up
loads of paper.
next to
Any
that.
wood or anything.
There is also another additional paper that is on the coffee table and a cup as well, a mug.
I'm being very discreet with the boxes.
Stash it down the
Can
back
I
of the
pick up the
pants.
paper that's on the coffee table?
You can indeed. See, do you want to have a look at it?
Yes, please.
Okay, so yeah,
Let's
you,
pick it up.
you have a little look. So, I mean, this newspaper you look is actually fairly recent. This is from just like a few. This is actually back from November 1st. You sort of take a look. It's turned to a page that it reads out: Dorset police continue their search for missing local man Nicholas Saint. Known by many as the #1 Christmas fanatic, Saint went missing in the late hours of November 1st. So it's actually sort of like a little bit later. It's a bit more sort of mid-December. You carry on reading a little bit more, and it says, and something, your eyes are drawn to sort of like towards the end of the article. It's only like a very small little article, but it says local speculation believes, but then the rest of it has been scribbled out with biro.
Guys, there's some like Christmas nut that's like gone missing. Seen this? Anything about Christmas? No?
No. I don't read newspapers. They burn well, though.
Yeah, well, we see that.
What's the mug? Is it good?
You look at the mug. It's a lovely little mug. It's got a nice. It's one of those sort of like a bit like this one, but it's a Father Christmas instead. That's
nice,
sort of poking out.
I think that'll be perfect for a selfie.
Yeah, you notice in the mug actually sort of like a thick, sort of like third way up layer of hot chocolate, and it's not completely cold.
Maybe it was Maya's. Maybe we just missed her.
That makes perfect sense.
That
She
explains the
came,
pudding.
set light to a pudding, had half a hot chocolate,
Left.
left.
And then
Well, it's
just
quite late,
the
so she
moment
probably
we arrived.
Yeah.
need to get to the shops before they close.
Yeah. Just to clarify, is it just the ring of hot chocolate, or is it half a hot
There's like a
chocolate?
third of a hot
It's
chocolate.
like a third of a hot
It's a
chocolate.
third of a hot chocolate left, so there's liquid in there.
There's liquid. in
Okay,
there.
I thought it was just like the bit
No,
around the
no.
top that gets left. Okay.
Interesting.
Good.
Sorry, you were going to ask something, Suze, before I butted in about the
Yeah,
mug.
just, do we know, is this Mia's house?
You don't know this is Mia's house.
We
She
don't-
hasn't told you much about
Whose
it.
house this is?
She said that she's just procured this house.
Who lives in a house like this?
She did show you pictures though. They were sort of like on one of those country cottage holiday home
Yeah.
apps.
Do the pictures look like the pictures that we've seen?
Kind of.
Okay.
Kind
You
of.
don't fully remember.
Okay, that's fine.
We can't check because there's no.
Yeah, it's ways.
But I mean,
If we
like,
could recall if they were it's the same house or if it's not, or if it's slightly
realistically,
different.
how many houses down country lanes are there?
Loads.
Is there though?
Yeah, well, most people that live in the countryside.
You didn't see very many houses on the way when you were on that 2-mile stretch of road.
Oh, so we're isolated as well. That's great.
This is the perfect Christmas aesthetic.
Yes, let's keep exploring the house.
Keep exploring the
It's
house.
absolutely delightful so far.
Cool. You all happy to leave?
Let's
the
all sit
house?
together.
Can we go towards the front door to see why it's
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
there
okay.
was that little thing. wasn't
Who's the
there?
last one to leave this room?
Ooh, me?
You?
Yeah.
Pull a block.
Oh no!
It's time.
It wasn't me.
Oh no! Oh dear!
So as you leave to sort of inspect more of the house, more like, you're sort of listening.
Nope.
That one looked like it was, yeah, that one.
That's the
Looked
one.
like it's not.
You
Right.
can't
Fine.
help but feel sort of like as everyone else has sort of left the room, and suddenly you hear a quick sort of like see a sort of like a bolt behind you of darkness, and then you hear this and this whole load of soot just go and just falls onto the fireplace, and it goes out.
What did you do?
Either either there's an intruder or it was Santa. I don't know.
It wasn't like a cat.
Might have been a cat.
Cats,
Up the chimney.
cats get up chimneys? Or did
they
Maya
love
put
to-
one?
Well, I think it's more likely than Santa.
Maybe it's a pigeon. Is there a pigeon in the house?
Crow. It's a crow. They're like
Crow.
really.
It was
clever.
dark. It was very dark.
They're like super clever.
It's probably more likely to be a crow than Santa. To be
I
fair.
reckon they're clever enough that they can fly straight up.
Okay.
Is that one effect?
Yeah.
Well, just keep a lookout for crows in the house, I guess.
Okay. All leaving the living room?
Yeah.
I just closed the door.
Yeah.
Make sure there's no good crows coming out.
Yeah.
So, you've entered back into the hallway again, and as you sort of stroll a little bit closer to go and find the front door, in front of you is another door, and then like above that door is sort of a row of wooden steps, just normal sort of house steps that are going up to the upstairs level.
This other door, is it like in the steps? Like a closet that would be in under the steps, or is it sort of like in the corridor? Sorry.
It's under the steps. So
It's under the steps,
so
okay.
basically the stairs go up, and the door is sort of like in kind of like in the stairs. So it's looking like it's sort of like a bottom cupboard of those stairs.
Yeah.
As you continue sort of down, you find the front door. What you notice is that the front door has actually had wooden planks nailed to keep it shut, and you can hear the door sort of go as the wind is sort of blowing silently.
It's been
through
nailed shut.
Well, there's bolts that have been nailed to the door frames to stop it being opened up.
Oh God.
I mean, I guess like we pulled into the back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe they
so
just don't use
they
the
just don't use the
entrance
front door.
anymore. They just don't use the front door.
Or just got like a knackered lock or something, and
Yeah.
it just blows open in the wind.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's like wooden timbers, isn't it? So they like warp or something.
So this is totally fine. This is
Yeah.
normal.
Wood
Okay.
expert, yeah.
Oh,
Lit one fire.
I've dabbled.
And
it's fine then. Cool.
great.
I've seen,
Fine.
I've seen
Is
lots of
the,
trees.
is the letterbox closed?
You can't see the letterbox.
No letterbox.
It's stuck behind a.
How was Santa get letters in?
Does the wood that's blocking the door look old?
Yes.
Does it
Are we sure?
smell damp?
You give it a sort of a little whiff. It doesn't.
Little sneak.
It doesn't smell as. It smells just as damp as the rest of the house, basically.
As I'm going up and sniffing. Yeah.
Does this remind you of a song?
It reminds me of when I went to see Drake Monsoon. He was amazing. Like, and he like put out all this smoke in the gig, man, and he was just like and it smelled just like a little sandalwoody. It's really cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, there you go.
Cool story, Ray. Right then. Can I... I've still got my bag, my holdall on my back.
Yeah.
And I look at Mike. Sorry,
Mackie.
Mackie.
Thank you.
Mackie D. I look over at Mackie D. I say, shotgun the biggest room!
Yeah.
Run upstairs.
Run up the stairs.
Cool. As you're running up the stairs, there are some. You can tell that the stairs are sort of slightly unstable, but obviously can still take your weight. There's some creaks, but you also hear some sort of jing 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 as you're going up the stairs, as if like a jingle bell
Little jingle bells.
is attached to each step.
Oh God.
And it does say in big writing. You sort of you hear this sort of like what's that?
Yeah.
Is that you?
What the hell? You sort of look and you see in sort of big writing, sort of like big playful, that sort of Christmas curly writing. It just says, "Do I hear Santa?"
Oh my God.
We just like, just running upstairs, just like,
Ace downstairs is clicking his fingers, trying to find a rhythm.
I love this song.
It is another great photo op for Chloe. She can't upload anything right now, but she's got a lot of
The content.
content. It's going to be like videos and
Yeah.
photos and all sorts.
For the grid.
For the grid.
Like a little
I know
boom
what
rain.
it is
So yeah,
Yeah. So you're at the top of the stairs.
yeah. And I'm just kind of frantically looking to see where I think the biggest room will be.
Okay.
Quickly,
So-
find it.
So you get to the top of the stairs, and you are greeted with sort of four different doors. Sort of a couple to your left, and then there's like two sort of like on the left hand side. There's one on the right hand side that's sort of like in the middle of that wall. And then the one right at the end, and they've all got sort of like, again, sort of like very much like around the house, sort of like paper chains, garlands, tinsel that's all still a little bit sort of dusty, that's sort of all around. But all of the doors have little sort of just little pictures sort of on them, just little hanging sort of decorations that are on them. On the two on your left hand side, there is a Santa sort of juggling some presents. On the next one, there is Santa playing with like a nutcracker. On the one on the right, which you kind of think might be the biggest room, there is a Santa just sort of rocking out on a guitar. And the one at the end just has Santa. And the one at the end just has Santa sitting on the toilet with a paper, so you can probably tell that that's the bathroom.
Oh, okay. So there's 3 bedrooms.
So yeah, I take my guess and I go with the rocking Santa, much to my disgust.
Okay.
Yeah.
Will you pull a block?
But presumably we're going to have to share rooms because there's going to be, in theory, 5 people, including
I
Maya,
bite in my sleep.
and 3 bedrooms.
Well, I always wondered when Maya would, want to.
I don't think she does.
She
To
might,
be honest,
you know?
no.
I've never got that vibe, ever.
No.
Really?
No.
No.
I was pretty sure, man.
Mm.
I've got more
By
of
the
a
way,
vibe to
as you're-
Zeus, to be honest.
As you're drawing your hand sort of closer to this door,
Together.
you're suddenly just sort of listening. You sort of slightly put your hand sort of like on the doorknob.
Sit on Tesla.
And something you can kind of hear just like this faint sound, just sort of like coming from the room.
Please don't do it, Libby. Please find another one.
Yeah,
There's got to be another one. Libby, there's got to be another one.
I want that.
Why?
Because I started it.
You can just hear this skipping noise, just carrying on more and more, sort of leaving sort of like a slightly sort of uneasy feeling in your brain.
Sounds like it's saying in my brain, 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 in my brain. Yep, it's in my brain.
It's not me downstairs.
Shut up, Arthur!
As you say,
Thanks, man. I've told you before.
as you turn the knob on the door, you realise it's like a proper sort of old big wooden door. It's not sort of like a kajak, it's like a knob like that. You chink it, you try and open it, and it's locked.
Ooh.
2 bedrooms between
2
5
bedrooms.
people.
And I see with Mackie D. I see where Mackie is behind me, trying to get into another room.
Have you tried opening it?
Yeah, I tried opening it. What, do you want me to kick it? I'll kick it.
Okay, I will
I'd
take
like to see you kick it.
I'll take the stumble to open the. So there was
Nutcracker.
nutcracker and.
Oh, how could I hold all these lines?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for the presents.
You're gonna go for the presents.
Yeah.
Okey-dokey.
Well, I needed some gin.
You lean in to sort of grab the doorknob, and as you twist, you sort of pull the door open, and we're going to have a break.
Oh my goodness.
See you in a bit.
In a bit.
Hi, DM Dantaclaws here, bringing you even more Christmas-themed nightmare fuel. If you don't want to be on my naughty list this year, make sure to hit the like button and comment down below. And if you want to get on my nice list, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon for notifications of all of the new videos that will be coming out soon. Go on, you know you want to.
Welcome back, everyone. We've now refreshed our cups of tea and we're all ready to play again. So, where we left you guys, you were just opening the door to the room that had like a Santa Claus holding lots of presents going, oh, I got all these. As you open the door, you sort of open this door and then you sort of kind of like, it's still quite dark in there. You sort of stumble a little bit as you walk in and you notice that there is actually just like a cardboard box just blocking your way. What do you do?
Is it like wrapped or is it literally just a cardboard box?
Just a cardboard box.
How well lit is the room?
You can turn the light on if you want.
I will. Yeah, and I'll just reach round the door to find a light switch.
Cool, fantastic. So you turn on the light switch. It's not very, like, you could obviously tell that there's probably some dust encrusted on this light, so it's not massively illuminating the room. But as you bring the lights up, you can see now that this is probably not a bedroom, as there's no bed in there. However, there are just tons and tons of just like, well, not tons, but just hundreds of piled up boxes. Some of them wrapped in beautiful like wrapping paper, some of them not, some of them just left empty, and there's just piles, some screwed up, some still in neat rolls of wrapping paper. There's ribbons and bows and sellotape and name tags, all sort of scattered sort of like around the room, sort of leading up this sort of like small little path into the back sort of the room. And you can see that the window has sort of been blocked out by this massive animatronic Rudolph head. So the Rudolph head looks like it's sort of like a big box, and it's sort of sticking its head out of a sort of a barn door, and it's sort of drooped down like there. There's no sort of eye movements or anything, and there is sort of like a small flashing button on it.
Yes.
Yes. You definitely
dear.
need to pull a block if you have to press that button.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Not necessarily.
Is there a relatively clear path in
Yeah.
like into the room?
Yeah, it's pretty much just like all of these boxes are sort of just around, and there's like a straight path that's sort of a clear path that leads to this Rudolph head.
With like a presumably a big, what would look like a glowing red nose.
Yeah.
Okay.
The nose isn't glowing, it's just sort of there. The only thing that's glowing is the button.
Okay.
Like one of those big sort of arcade, like...
Sure. I have based a lot of my career trying to emulate the success of Markiplier,
Right.
who is the
Famous game
king
streamer.
of all nights at Alfie's. Okay. And
Frederick's late night pizza place.
yes, I know what's up. So I will kind of look around the room, like as I'll begin meandering towards the Rudolph head. The boxes that aren't wrapped, are any kind of like partly open that I can peer into without actively?
Yeah, so some of them are open, but there's nothing in them. There may be sort of like more ribbons, maybe some screwed up wrapping paper in them, but nothing in it. Quick question, is anyone else coming into this room?
I would love to be kind of behind, just like watching this. Just like watching Mackie go in.
Yeah.
And just kind of, there's a plot forming in Ace's head.
Yeah, okay.
A plot.
A plot.
Like a scheme.
A scheme.
Right. I'll go in with you and I will video you if you're going to press the button. Because I want to see how this big, presumably animatronic reindeer does.
Egging him on.
Spurred on by the fact that this is 100% like. I look to you and I go, you need to tag me. I stand next to it and I'm just like, and I put on the bravado act. I'm just like, what bang? I'm pressing button.
You press the button. As you push the button in, the whole head sort of goes up. The nose starts lighting up, sort of like there's sort of twinkly little lights that are sort of around the head. The ears are moving, the eyes are moving, sort of like as an animatronic. It's just like, hey kids, it's me, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Who wants to do a music quiz?
I trip over backwards and squeal like a pig.
Music quiz though.
Pull a blank.
Pull a blank.
Yeah.
Sounds like Ace's thing.
Pull a blank.
What are you?
Pull a blank.
Yeah, I'm following all of this. I will definitely tag you.
Hashtag he squeals like a pig.
I can't hear what you're saying. Do you kids wanna play a music quiz?
Does this thing have voice recognition?
I'm not in the room.
Are you not in the room?
I'll come in after.
You're kicking
Well,
down
I
the
could
opposite
just
door.
hear that all that palaver. I just come in, just like, what are you guys doing? Whoa!
I'm at the door.
You want to do a music quiz, don't you, Ace? Say yes.
Yeah, man, like, music's my thing. You know, I thought this thing might be Bluetooth, but obviously not. Man.
Obviously, it looks like that this animatronic can't hear you. It's relatively quite old.
Right.
It's kind of the way it sort of responds is like it's almost just pre-programmed. So it's just like, that's great. Let's begin this. These are his ears, by the way. He's not just
form
waving.
some hands from somewhere.
Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah. He's just like, that's great. First question. In the song about me, what did the other reindeers used to laugh and what at me?
You know that one, Ace.
Hang on.
Do we have to answer or pull a block to answer?
You can-
Call him names.
Did you say call him names?
Yeah.
That's correct.
I'm better at music than you are, Ace.
Question
Filming
2.
all of it.
What Christmas song contains the lyrics, everyone dancing merrily in the old new-fashioned way?
You know this one.
Rocking around the Christmas tree, man.
Rudolph sort of kind of like turns to That's correct!
I don't like it!
See, man? Bought it.
Did he just look at you?
Yeah.
Well, why? Why would he? He's a pre-programmed animatronic.
Last question.
Oh, no.
And if you get this one right, you'll win a prize!
Had to live.
Suddenly the sort of eyes go up in the back of its head and they're just white. The mouth just sort of gaunts open and there's no sort of like lip syncing to the voice as the voice goes sort of lower and crackly and goes like, what song originally written by Jester Hairston got to UK Christmas #1 in 1957 only to be re-recorded and reach Christmas #1 again at 21 years later? Would anyone like to pull a block?
You!
Sounds like
The
my
music
superpower.
man.
Yeah, you want to do
Do
your
it, do the
superpower?
superpower.
I'm like, I don't know what the answer is, but it sounds like my
This
superpower.
100% is your superpower.
If I read a little bit more, would you like to give it a guess? The original track was recorded in 1956, but it was only released in the UK in 1957. Along with the B-side track Eden Was Just Like This. It was the first ever UK #1 to play over 4 minutes long.
Wow.
A Christmas song, presumably?
So it's not a Ramones track. A Ramones track is like always like under 4 minutes, man.
If you use your music buff special ability, you don't have to pull for this.
Yeah.
So just to explain, this is not like a rule in Dread, this is something that I've brought along. So everyone has sort of like a certain sort of personality trait that they brought to their characters, and obviously you can tell from Chris's characters, it's to do with music. So he can do something about music that requires him not to pull a block.
But once in the whole game.
But just once in the whole game.
What's the chances there's going to be another music quiz?
No. This was tailor-made for you
So
to prevent the hell portal opening up out of Rudolph's mouth.
So as sort of like it spiels out more of this sort of nonsense. It was first ever in the UK's #1, played over 4 minutes long. In 1957 it sold over 1.19 million copies and stayed at #1 for 7 weeks, while the version from 1978 only stayed at #1.
Like
And like the voice is, the mouth is still open, and just like this massive cog just flies straight out, sort of scars over your cheek and lodges itself in the back of the wall.
Ow! Oh man! Oh!
Are you okay?
Oh, I got wrecked!
Oh!
And then it sort of returns back to normal. It goes, that's right, it was Mary's child boy. You win the first prize. And then sort of like below the head, like a little sort of little opening thing sort of comes out. And there's a little parcel in it.
Like trying to stem the bleeding. Like Ace has kind of got his hand on it. It's just like tries to think of something to kind of put on it. Can't think of anything. It's just like,
Well, at least it's got a prize, man.
I think I'm gonna run to the bathroom. What I assume is the bathroom.
Yeah.
Sis!
Wow.
Sis!
What?
Ace just got headshot by Rudolph!
Of course he did.
I'm going to pick up whatever prize it is.
So you're gonna quickly run to the
I went to the
bathroom.
bathroom to get a towel.
So you picked up the
I'm
prize.
still holding the face.
Yeah. Would you like to open it?
I'm like, Mackie, help me out, man.
Yeah.
Like pull the ribbon.
Oh, you got messed up. Things I do for music quizzes, man.
I'll pull the ribbon.
So you pulled the ribbon and the box sort of like blip, blip, sort of slides open, and inside it's some car keys. You sort of take a look a little bit more to sort of like the keychains on it, and there's a keychain that has Maya with Diamante sort of like embedded in that key ring.
I found Maya's keys, man.
I mean,
What? She
all
give you
I-
your car? Her
yeah,
car
all
for
I'm saying
Christmas?
is I'm the one that like started up Rudolph, so maybe that's like my present. Like, you've already got a car, man.
You loot claiming.
Can't say anything. I'm in the bathroom.
Like, well, I mean, Maya's minted, didn't she? So like, she got us a car.
But her car. So like a second.
No, that'll be like
But
a tag from the dealership.
But also that means
Oh,
she's
it's
walking.
Yeah.
Sparkly lights on it.
So they know who the car's got to get delivered to.
I think you're missing the point, man. That means Maya's walking to the shops. I mean Maya walking.
No, because like, if she weren't driving the car, then the car would be out back, wouldn't it? It ain't. So therefore, it's another car. She's like giving us a car or shit.
Well,
I mean, we're gonna have to like band together and think of something nice to get her before.
Yeah, I did buy her a present.
I've got this sweet vinyl she will love, man.
Right.
Like it's rainbow coloured. Like when you play it, it's got like a little animation on it.
While Ace is sort of going on about this, Chloe, you've gone
I've
into
gone to what I assume is the
you've
bathroom.
gone into the
Santa
bathroom.
on the
On the
toilet with the
So
newspaper on the door.
you've started sort of like just grabbing some toilet paper. It's sort of like it's a fairly sort of oldish sort of bathroom, but it's looked more fairly normal than the rest of the house. There's kind of like there's a big Santa Claus face that's sort of like on the toilet, sort of like one of those toilet seat
Covers, yeah.
But that's pretty much as festive as it
Okay,
gets in this
yeah.
bathroom. So you're sort of grabbing sort of toilet paper to get it out, and again you sort of feel that sort of black shadow sort of behind you.
It's plaguing me.
I've had
The
dark
ravens,
thoughts
the
in my
ravens.
brain. I want the toilet brush to also be like an elf.
Yeah, sure.
Can I try and whip around and see
Upside
what
down
the thing
Christmas,
is?
yeah, sure.
Because I sort
On
of
the block.
pull her block.
Pull a block.
Pull a block, pull a block.
Oh, Julia.
Would you like to come out? Would you?
Because they're really stuck at the bottom. Yeah.
Found it easy.
So as you sort of whip round, as you sort of like, you could have dragged sort of like the toilet roll with you, it sort of kind of comes in, you look round, you don't see anything.
Oh boy.
As you turn back around again, you look into the mirror,
Uh-oh.
which is sort of right in front of you,
Uh-oh.
and it says, I wish it could be Christmas every day.
Is that like with lipstick or something?
It's like with
Blood.
blood.
It's red.
It's with like shaving foam to make it look like snow.
Oh, lovely.
That's nice.
But it's red
Creepy
shaving
though.
foam.
Very creepy. Was it there when I first walked in? Stop. Okay. Never mind. I run back because I want to be around other people and I want to give Ace his wad of paper for his wound.
So the Rudolph head has just gone like that, and the red light on the button has stopped flashing. So it's just sort of like, it definitely looks like it's sort of run out of whatever juice it had in there.
Wow.
So this record's called Tropical Jab. It's gonna be great. Like this.
Here, have this for your face,
Oh,
Ace.
thanks. You rhymed. It's
Yeah.
cool, man. We should write records.
Should I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Name my new band.
Pretty sure there was another. Did we say it was a crow?
Go.
Pretty sure there was another crow in the
There must be a hole
bathroom.
in the roof or something. Is there an attic? Is there an attic?
You should
It's
check.
also been decorating or something on the mirror. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Well, it's not really too aesthetic.
What was
Like,
your
can't
brand?
all be like, you know, John Lewis glitter.
What was your present?
Well, I bought us a car.
Jingle the keys.
Are those Maya's keys?
Yeah, man.
Maya's got him some
But
keys.
Maya went in her car to
Yeah.
get the food.
Yeah.
Must be a spares.
Who has spare car keys on them?
Maya. Well, she doesn't have them on her. They're here.
How did they get in the Rudolph?
She said she'd set up some things. Suze, you've got some tape, surely, for your... A fighting tape, I don't know.
Yeah.
Can I...
Well, let me look at it.
Can you...
Yeah, no, you don't need it.
Yeah, it's only like a minuscule scratch.
I'm making them.
I just you take it out. I just spit on my hand and just that'll help. Antibacterial. Works every time. It's what I do with my own ones. Just spit on it. It's fine. Close it up really quick.
I bite my bottom lip and my knees tremble.
So you're leaving this room?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not bedroom.
There's one other room to explore.
yeah.
There's no bed in
Yeah,
here.
the last room, don't try that one because you can't open it. It just makes this like wavy brain noise. So
Oh, what now?
it's just like in my brain, 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 in my brain. Touch it.
Suze, how hard were you hit in your last fight?
Right, no, it's just the other guy.
Can I just say, I hate this cottage.
Well,
It's got a vibe, man.
Pretty fun.
It's a really
It's pretty fun.
bad vibe.
I mean, this door's got like a picture of a nutcracker on it, so like maybe one of you two should open it.
yeah.
What is that supposed to mean?
Because you ain't got.
It means he wants me to kick him in the balls.
As you're sort of coming out into the hallway and sort of having these little bickering sort of noises, you hear from the Santa rocking out sort of room again. You sort of hear some more sort of skipping of what sounds like a sort of vinyl track skipping.
Yeah.
What's
Yes.
going on there?
So, sounds awful.
Sounded like vinyl, man.
Sounds like one of those old record players.
Yeah,
Yeah.
vinyl. Like when Maya said, sent the invite to me. She told me that Lemmy was here.
Lemmy.
Lemmy.
The Lemmy.
The Lemmy.
He was here.
Who's Lenny?
No,
No, Lemmy.
Lemmy.
I don't know either.
What's a Lemmy?
You know, oils on his face.
Good looking guy, man.
No.
As you're having these conversations again, the skipping sort of stops from the other room. The door with the Santa Claus holding the Nutcracker just sort of goes.
I hate this house.
Well, there's no bedroom in the other ones. This must be the bedroom.
The bedroom.
Just open it in.
Open it in. So this one, unlike the last one, there's nothing sort of like in the way you sort of open it up. And you do indeed find a bed. You find a
Hey!
slightly sort of small double bed with some sort of Christmas
Dark thoughts. They'll go.
with some sort of lovely sort of like tartan bed covers over it. Tartan!
Hey,
But-
you-
But that's not Well, you can just sort of see this sort of like through the light of the door as you open it. So
Good news. Found the bed. Bad news. We've only got one bed.
Can we just go?
But go where?
I don't know. There'll be a travel in a couple of hours away.
Yeah, but then like Maya's gonna come back with like loads of Christmas stuff, and then we're gonna be here.
I don't know.
We've got our car keys.
We've got her keys.
But we ain't got a car. Got his car.
I'm really worried. Can we just go?
Well,
Are there any windows that
No.
we've seen that look out into where we've come from? Like, can I see my car out of any of these windows from these rooms that we've been in?
you couldn't see it from the Rudolph room because the Rudolph animatronic
Maybe.
sort of
Right.
blocked it.
Maybe the other
Yeah.
room.
Checking
That's
in.
where the door has just creaked
Yeah.
open of its own accord.
I checked the bathroom just in case there's like a tiny window.
Yeah.
That's,
I mean, you can check in the bathroom, but it's sort of like
so
it's
it's
sort of
frosted.
frosted.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I think someone's gonna have to go in the murder bedroom.
Right?
So yeah, as you've kind of the door is open and sort of like the light is streaming, and all you can really see is the bed, but sort of around in the sort of like the darkness of the room that hasn't been lit yet, there's sort of like some sort of different sized figures.
What? What? Sorry?
Can I turn on my torch on?
The
from my
there's a
phone?
light switch, presumably. You've
Yeah.
got to turn that
You
on.
can turn the light switch on.
Fuse box.
I'm not going in with
I'm
you.
telling you.
I'm hanging back.
Turn the light switch on.
Turn the light switch on. So yeah, as you flick on the light switch, you can see that there is a window that's sort of like above the bed. So the bed is sort of like up against the wall where the window is. But the figures that you see are all along sort of like the shelves. Some of them standing from floor to ceiling. Are probably about 100 or so nutcrackers.
Oh god.
Yes.
What the
Some of
heck?
them holding like little trees, some of them holding like little spears, some of them holding little swords.
Yes.
What the heck?
All we need is some big nuts to crack. That's all we need.
I don't.
None of them in this house.
I'm not sleeping in here. I will sleep in the car if I have to.
Chris, did you want to check if your car was okay?
Yeah, man.
Cool.
Word.
So as you,
My dad's car.
so you're obviously gonna have to get into the room and sort of jump onto the bed. Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Cool. Pull a block.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm going on the bed. I'm going
One hand.
pokey, pokey,
Very
pokey.
good. Good one.
Pokey, pokey,
Pokey
pokey.
pokey.
Pokey pokey. Fizz.
Slidey.
So as you, would you say that you slowly sort of climb onto this bed, or do you do like a and you jump onto it?
I'm gonna just step on.
You're just gonna step on.
Yeah.
Okay. As you step onto the bed, you can hear this sort of where the bed is not quite sort of stable on the wooden floor.
Okay.
You hear sort of like this, and you are too sort of preoccupied with just trying to get to the window until you actually see one of the bigger nutcrackers sort of fall and go straight onto you, blocking you on the bed.
Oh, I fall underneath.
Man, this house has got it in for me, dude.
As you're pinned there, you obviously see that this sort of ruckus from this giant nutcracker sort of falling down on top of you has sort of jostled all the other sorts of nutcrackers that are sort of around.
It's dominoes.
The nutcracker on the opposites, there's like a nutcracker that sort of like knocks over, that knocks another one over, that knocks another one over, that knocks another one over, and so then this other one
I've
just
set
sort
off
of
some Rube Goldberg kind of shit.
it knocks into one of the larger ones that's then sort of smacks onto, and you've never seen very many nutcrackers. You don't really know sort of like that, but you've never seen one with an axe before. Obviously, one that doesn't have to look like a real axe. And this arm just suddenly starts going ka-junk, ka-junk. I will say anyone can help Ace if he's in this thing.
Muscle lady.
Yeah.
Over here.
Can I?
Ka-junk,
You can hold it. Get under
Yeah.
there.
Just gonna kick it in the face.
Yeah, you're gonna use your power, or are you gonna pull a block?
Pull a block.
Pull a block.
Save the power.
As
Save
this
power.
as this thing is going chunk, sort of aiming, you can see sort of like the glistening of this axe. You're even wondering like, how is this axe being able to originally be held up by a wooden thing? The nutcracker that's currently on you, Chris, is very heavy. You're sort of really struggling to sort of get out from under it.
I weakly try and put. I raise it about like an inch, and I raise it the same inch. No, it's not going to happen.
Fantastic. So,
Roundhound kick it to the face.
round to which one? The one with the axe?
The one with the axe.
The one with the
So I
axe.
just get out of the way.
So that sort of like falls down and sort of crashes into sort of like the side of the bedroom, and its axe sort of just goes like that.
Take Ace Arthur by the scruff of his neck and just pull him out from under the
As you sort of pull Ace by the scruff of his neck and you sort of step back to sort of get your sort of footing on this thing, you hear sort of like a crunch of glass, and you look back and there's another little present, but that's been stepped on. And you can hear sort of glass sort of crunching underneath your foot.
What was it?
Did you kill a snow globe?
Yeah. Can I
Yeah,
look
you
under
can
my
look.
foot?
With all of us.
Yeah, you can look under, and indeed it was a little snow globe. And you sort of pick up the snow globe and you look at the base, and it sort of reads on the basis that do they know it's Christmas time? And they're sort of like a sad little African country sort of scene. But there's like little.
There
sort
won't
of
be
things-
snow this year, time of year.
But there was
Yeah,
snow in
okay.
this one for some reason.
Oh, there is snow.
Also, with the sort of glass that you see in it, you see that there's actually a key in that with a little tag that has the rocking Santa Claus on it.
Oh, you found the way into the. I found the way into the strange music room.
The final room. There you go. Just put it in Ace's hand.
Thanks.
Good luck.
So,
What?
what? What did you find?
Where are
Oh,
you?
we're out in the hallway.
Why are you making such a mess?
Well, the what's his name?
Ace.
Ace.
Keep calling me Arthur, it's fine. Artie.
Artie Farty managed to get himself in the right pickle, didn't he?
Oh,
But you know.
classic art.
Yeah.
I'm still going to try and look out the window.
Yeah, so you look out the window. Your car is there. It's
Okay.
still there.
Get the keys out of my pocket and just check.
It goes sort of like a.
Real.
You're sort of taking like a, because with the light from the window, you can sort of look out. You can see footprints. You sort of like you see footprints sort of like around it. You can obviously tell that there was obviously you guys sort of like around it sort of thing, but there's also a fifth pair of footprints, and you can see them going particularly up to each of your wheels. You sort of take a look at your wheels again, and you can see that they are completely flat.
Dad's going to kill me.
No, going to the travel lodge.
Bummer. You'll see him just like, Ace is just kind of like deflated, just like, fucking hell, man. Just like muttering under his breath. Fucking hell. Hasn't let on that this has happened as yet, but like,
Okay.
definitely fucking man. We'll kill him.
So,
Still on him, man.
so where are you all now?
So we're out in the hallway. You guys are presumably
I'm
coming
still,
out
yeah, waiting
from the
for
room.
As
Art to.
as you two sort of come out into the hallway, and you two are sort of like standing in the hallway, sort of not really sure what. The skipping sort of changes. The skipping sort of stops. You could just hear it. You kind of got used to it a little bit. It's just like this weird that's sort of happening. But then the skipping sort of stopped, and then it loudly you can hear coming from that room, just this cacophony of music sort of coming from that room. Almost sort of piercing
Sounds like Christmas, man. Not good Christmas, but Christmas.
Go turn it off. Giving you the key. Go turn it off.
Wait, if we turn Chris into our canary.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, it's fine. I'm in, and I'm literally.
So you're gonna put the key?
You know, like, is it a Yale key? Is it like one of those old?
It's like a big, long sort of
kind
key.
of
This door's quite wooden.
Okay,
It's
right.
quite big,
I'm gonna put the key in the door.
and it clicks open, and the door sort of. As soon as you open it, the music stops,
Oh, well done.
and all you can
Did
hear is just a crackling vinyl as you see sort of like a not an old timey gramophone, but sort of like a
Ace
vinyl.
zones out.
A vinyl player sort of sitting.
This is his
in the middle of the
ASMR.
room.
He's gone to his happy place now. That's all he needs, that crackling vinyl
It's a
sound.
blood loss. Just done it.
All the blood's gone out of him.
And that tiny cut.
I will, realising that the doors weren't opened and I know that Suze was trying to shotgun this as the largest bedroom,
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, Banksy! I'm going to
So you
Ace doesn't notice. He's still just like standing in the doorway.
you barrel into this room and you actually realise, and you're not completely sure if sort of Ace has already done this. He didn't. He just sort of stood there, but the light is already on in there in this room, and you are definitely faced with the biggest room upstairs again, but there's no bed. All you can see, and this probably adds to a reason why Ace has just gone completely silent, because there are just all around the area are just shelves upon shelves of vinyls, CDs, what you believe to be cassette tapes.
Ooh.
And they are all
I heard tell of those.
That's old technology.
and
pre-war technology.
standing sort of in the middle of sort of like
Ace is slightly excited in the bad way.
towards the sort of at the back of the wall, sort of like in the middle, is actually sort of like a glass case with sort of like a mishmash of vinyls and CDs and cassette tapes, and then in front of that is a sort of vinyl player and a tape player, sort of like just an arrangement of different sorts of music audio things, another sort of worn sort of armchair, and a book.
Ace is still zoned out.
Yeah.
Just
Come in.
sniffing
Just lives it all.
really loudly.
He's got any like Jay-Z. Jay-Z.
You looking at the
Yeah, just gonna look at the vinyls just along the sets and stuff, just to see if there's anything other than.
so
From his zombie-like state, he'll probably just kind of call out, "There's probably some white label shit in there, man."
So looking at all of the vinyls, and you sort of pull like a couple out. You pull like a couple of
Don't roll!
pull like a couple of the CDs out.
Just like
You can see you can see that they're all
Torture!
definitely Christmas themed. There are Christmas compilation albums.
Is there a Christmas Jay-Z album?
Is there now that's what I call Christmas?
There is now that's what I
Yeah.
call Christmas. There.
I like that one.
There's probably some hip hop. There's the Run DMC sort of
Yeah.
Christmas song
Yeah.
that they got out.
Yeah.
You can tell that because it's actually going in alphabetical order, so alphabetical order by artist.
Oh, at least the filing's good, man.
You sort of get to the glass cabinet and then you realise that that's not in alphabetical order. It's in a different order
inside the cabinet.
inside the cabinet.
Can I determine what order it's in?
You can have a little. So as you look in the cabinet, you can see that it's sort of like it's not in. You can tell it's not in alphabetical order because it starts with Al Maltino, and then it goes Frankie Lane. And there's some big vinyls in there. It sort of goes down, sort of like Conway Twitty, Cliff Richard, Elvis Presley. There's like a big block of Beatles like records. They're all this. You can tell. You don't have very much sort of understanding it, but you can tell that they're all the same single. They've got a vinyl of the single, and then they've got a tape cassette of the single. It keeps on going down. You sort of have a little shiver as you see Two Little Boys by Rolf Harris, sort of like in that list. Your eyes move quickly past that.
Cliff Richard does the same to me.
Yeah.
That's me personally. Also, Ace.
Well, he's phobic, so we don't care about Cliff Richard. He's so the songs are now starting to make a little bit more sense. They're making a little bit more sense to the room. There's like Merry Xmas everyone, Lonely This Christmas, Mistletoe and Wine. Starts getting a little bit weird. Mr. Blobby, Bob the Builder. As you're going down to the end of them, there's actually some probably just burnt CDs. They start getting more and more sort of less sort of like physical copies, and they look like they've been burnt. And the last 5 of them are Lad Baby.
What?
Burned as in they are.
When you used to
You
burn
burned
the
them,
CDs.
or they have been burned as in they've been caught on fire.
They've been actually like burnt onto a black CD,
okay.
and like the last 5 of them that you can see have Lad Baby written on them.
Lad Baby. What's that? Do we know what that is?
I've got it, man. I figured it out.
What?
It's every Christmas #1 since
Time began.
records began.
You can tell because you pointed this out. You look to the table that has the little book on, and you can see the book actually says. It says every Christmas #1, and it's ranged from 1952 to 2022.
Okay.
Yeah. Rage Against the Machine had one.
I check.
Yes.
You go through it. You get to 2008, and then there's a page missing.
Ooh.
And then it goes to 2009, and in that middle, where that page was, some cut-out articles fall out. And do you want to read them?
Sacrilege, man. Why on earth would you collect all this cool shit apart from the Cliff Richard, apart from the Rolf Harris?
Mate, Joe McEltree was robbed that year.
Are you going to read the articles?
True.
Someone's going to read the articles. I'm gonna.
They've sort of flopped onto the floor.
I'm going to scream if someone doesn't read the articles.
I'm busy trying to figure out
Oh,
why.
the bloody articles.
You read the articles and you can just see big labels that say like Christmas #1 to be cancelled this year.
They tried, man.
Who tried to cancel the Christmas #1? Was that a real thing?
Yeah.
As you're going through more of these pages, you can actually start seeing.
Capitalism wins again.
Actually, no. As you continue to carry on looking through this book, you notice that there's some sort of glowing symbols.
I thought you were going to say crustiness.
Yes.
It's going to be so
Someone
upsetting.
really loves Christmas #1. It started going through.
I get it, man. I get it.
You start seeing like these symbols that are starting to sort of glow in the book. Who would like to pull a block for me? Anyone can do it.
I will have, at this point, I would have slumped in the armchair,
Mhm.
because I'm just watching everyone, and I'm just like, no, X Factor is where it's at.
Having this argument backwards and forwards.
I don't know why I'm doing this, but it's
So, as you're pulling your block, you suddenly start hearing, as you're all in this room and you're looking at all these records, you suddenly start hearing this jingle, jingle.
Oh God, no!
Jingle.
On the stairs,
Along
flipping
with
stairs. No.
Along with the creaking of the stairs.
No.
Jingle, jingle.
I don't like it. I hate this house.
I'm telling you, man.
As you sort of all turn to sort of hear where this jingle is coming from, the door just slams and just closes itself. You sort of see in pretty much blood written up against the back of this door, "You're my Christmas #1."
See, I told you she was into me, man.
It's not blood.
No, it's like glitter or something.
Who's on the stairs?
As you're talking about this, you hear a blood-curdling scream come from downstairs, and
Oh, Maya's on.
and you recognise it as Maya.
Maya!
No, try and
I've got your keys.
try and smash the door through.
Yeah.
Just rhino.
Yeah, I will.
Just run through
Just
the
rhino
Yeah.
that door.
The door's not locked or anything, so
You
you
can't just open
so you
it.
can just open
I'm just
it.
gonna
If you're going to smash through it, smash through it. Yeah. So you smash through this door. What are you going to do after that?
Run downstairs.
Run down the stairs?
I'm
Is
running
anyone
after
for it?
it.
I know.
You continue to hear another scream. As you sort of turn around from the stairs, you actually see that door that was under the stairs is now open.
Oh god, there's a door under the stairs.
Stairs,
Oh
yeah.
no!
Yeah,
That'd be the
I was going to
basement.
go
I
in
don't
there.
want to go in the
Yeah.
basement.
But, like, you know.
Is that
We followed.
is that where
I'm
the
still
screaming's
upstairs.
coming
That's where
from?
the screaming's coming
Right.
I follow because it sounds juicy.
I'm so still upstairs. I'm never leaving this room.
Okay, that's fine. You stay there. The three of us are running downstairs.
Hurtling myself down
You're
the basement
hurtling.
steps.
You hurtle downstairs. So you hurtle down those steps.
Sprint champion.
You who else is
I'm
heading
gonna
down?
follow. I'm not as fast. I'm
Okay.
gonna
So you're
follow.
sort of heading downstairs. You're
Yeah.
heading downstairs.
I'm
Is it-
filming.
My energy drink energy is starting to run perilously low. Starting to flag a little bit.
I'm running downstairs going, it's like Blair Witch, not at all appreciating the irony of what I'm saying.
you sort of hit down to the bottom of the stairs, and there's sort of like a single light that's actually swaying sort of in there. You hit the bottom, and you look up and you see again sort of newspaper cuttings sort of pasted to the wall, but this time it's nothing to do about Christmas number ones. You kind of take a smaller look and you actually see sort of articles about missing people, sort of like group of 4 young people missing, last seen Christmas Eve,
No.
2021, 2020, 2019, like rebellious youths who broke COVID restrictions, found dead, blah, blah, blah. As you sort of turn round, you notice then sort of like on adjacent on the other one of the walls, again, sort of written, probably not in, again, sort of in glitter. You see like a big sort of set of writing on the wall that says, "Each winter brings a bitter tale of forgotten traditions turning joy stale. So to keep the old ways of Christmas cheer, the blood of the youth must spill each year." And the door slams behind you while you're in the basement.
Is there a light on in this basement?
There is a light. There's a swinging
swinging
light.
light.
I want one of you to pull a
It's
pull a
my
light.
turn because according to your stats, I've only done 2 and everyone else has done 3.
I didn't realise this was like an escape room.
But yeah.
I hate
Well, a lot of
it.
effort into that.
Absolutely hate it. Oh, it's getting tough now,
They're
people.
quite sticky, the ones at the bottom.
Very sticky. No, that's not bad.
Oh,
That's
Cheeky. Cheeky.
So Chloe, you have now been for the 3rd time accustomed to this dark figure sort of zooming up behind you, and you're ready.
I'm ready for
You
it.
feel this sort of stick sort of come quite close to you, and you sort of go, "Ah!" and you sort of miss it by an inch. The person just sort of, you see sort of like this hooded figure just sort of like look at you. You can only just sort of see the bottom of his face as he sort of then runs up the stairs, opens the door and slams it behind him.
Oh,
From upstairs, you can hear the faint recollection of the green, green grass of home by Tom Jones. as Ace has kind of found this particular Christmas number 1 record in the list and fired up the
Christmas number 1.
and fired up the gramophone and just like
As
the
that starts to
thought.
hear, you actually hear then a voice says, "Oh, I love that one."
And Ace is like, me too, man. Tom Jones is the bomb.
You're then all just sort of like a little bit just like, what the f is happening here? As sort of like you then, the basement door sort of swings open and a rush of sort of winter air sort of blusters through, as you then hear another sort of more than kind of gagged scream from Maya.
Oh, so where's that scream coming
That's
from?
coming from, at least it's coming from up outside of the basement.
Outside of the basement. Okay, back up the stairs. Back up the
So
stairs.
you,
What else is in this room that we can see from the one swinging light? Is there anything that could classify it as a wieldable weapon?
You notice
You're no
that
longer looking for the Wi-Fi. I'm disappointed.
Got 2 weapons.
But this is character growth. This is
you,
an arc.
you've noticed that whoever made a swing for Chloe has dropped an axe.
Oh! Get that.
Yeah.
Sue should wield the axe.
I don't know how to use axes. I'm better with like knives because they make you run faster.
Right.
Just pick up the axe.
So yeah,
One hand.
heading back upstairs.
Sure.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you rush up backstairs, and now you actually notice that the front door that was originally sort of blocked up the wood has just gone. And the front door is open, and you can see.
An outline of a person.
Wily Coyote sort of style.
Yeah.
Just the state of Santa Claus. It's like,
The door is sort of flinged open, and winter air is sort of blasting through, but you can also feel a heat of a fire that is coming from outside.
From outside. They set fire to the car. Or to Maya. We've got to get out there. Run out.
So you run out.
Well,
Anyone else
I'm
is
hoping
doing that?
Suze is going to leave with the axe.
axe wielding Suze. Yeah, I'll come out.
Cool.
So you sort of run out. Chris, what about your character on that is?
He's
forgotten about him.
Next Christmas #1.
Well, I've been looking through for favourites and looking through for particular ones that Ace remembers from like his dad's collection, and has skipped over quite a lot of them. But has started another Brick in the Wall Part 2,
Right.
the eponymously long play version.
Yes.
Was that a Christmas?
That
was a Christmas #1.
I've got them here. I did a little googling. I'm sorry.
That cheery, festive song.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
It's just
shout
the
out.
point where you get your sniper rifle out. It turns out you've been working with the murderer all along. Just like looking down this from the upstairs window.
I'm gonna shout up to Ace to go on and get because I think someone's got Maya. Bring some vinyls.
Something you can
Shaun of
throw!
the Dead style.
Don't throw vinyl, man. Oh, with like much like aplomb, just disgust that he's having to leave this record before it's finished.
Yeah.
Before it's finished,
Yeah.
God damn it! Before it's even got to the good bit.
Just turn it up loud.
Tries to turn, like you can't turn the gramophone up. That's the beauty of them.
That's the best thing about a gramophone.
Gotta be like
Can't
right there.
control
This guy's like
volume.
here, like right next to it, just like trying to absorb it, trying to be in his happy place. And here's this kind of like hullabaloo coming from downstairs.
You hear another sort of gagged, blood-curdling scream from Maya coming from
Is she
outside.
coming from the shed?
No, she's coming from literally outside.
Right.
And will begrudgingly like take the record off, like put the needle delicately back and just take ages to put the record back.
While you're doing
Adventure's
this,
going to be over.
while
And
you're doing
eventually I
this,
will come downstairs. Like it's a very delicate, slow process.
well, while you're doing
White
this
gloves.
delicate process, the three of you are now stood outside. A gawk about the situation that you've now faced with you. There is sort of like a fire that is sort of pitched up sort of around. There are candles sort of littered around the outside space. There is a pentagram made from red tinsel that is sort of on the floor with Maya sort of gagged, hogtied sort of like this on sort of some sort of altar, and this gentleman sort of like in a hood sort of above her, and he is holding. You don't know how he held it because you were in that fucking room all the time. He's actually got that Christmas #1 sort of album. And he lifts up his hood and you recognise him as the missing Christmas fanatic from that
Nicholas
article
Saint.
you saw in that article earlier on. And
From
he's
behind
just,
you, you'll hear ching, ching, ching as I come down the stairs.
Oh, yeah, of course.
he says, and he sort of kind of goes like, "I'm so glad you could be here. Because you see, it's young'uns like you that are spoiling Christmas traditions every year. Last year they said they were gonna ban Brussels sprouts. I couldn't have that. The year before that, they said tinsel-triggered hamsters. I'm not having that. But you see, I have made friends. Festive underworld friends. And we make a certain pact, you see. They want to cancel my all-time favourite Christmas tradition. The woke liberati want to cancel Christmas number ones. I am not having it. And he sort of hovers, a red sort of heat sort of gathers around him as he sort of hovers into the air, and he sort of this book just sort of flips wildly. Anything you would like to do?
Okay, in this moment, you've got an axe, right? And is he hovering? So he's hovering above my head.
He's hovering up.
Okay.
And I'm going to roll a dice. Hey. He slams his hand on the book. And he looks at it. And he smiles. Perfect. 1993. This beloved children's person beat another 4 people to Christmas number 1. He's perfect. And the red tinsel suddenly starts aflame.
What?
As a large foam pink spotted hand erupts. You don't really know what this eldritch entity that is coming out with goggly red eyes, like goggly green eyes, a huge smile as he comes up. As this massive Mr. Blobby appears from this tinsel
Do we have to fight Mr. Blobby?
and starts making his way to you. What would you like to do?
You've got an axe, but in this moment, so we've got Giga Blobby, and can we still see the hovering man?
You can still see the hovering man.
Can I?
Between the 3 of us, who do we reckon's got the largest phone? Physically.
Phone?
You?
Largest phone.
Me?
Oh, you.
No.
Yeah.
You or you would have the
It's
big
But you would, because you're like you.
You've
want
got a
yours-
gaming
You
phone.
want to be a
Right,
gaming
okay.
phone, right?
In this case, as I see, because I know you're gonna okay. In the moment, I'm just like you've got the axe.
I
So
will
I'm
hit
gonna-
anyone I need to bear.
I'm gonna pull my phone out,
Right.
and then using my Call of Duty knife throwing skills,
Yes.
I'm gonna fling the phone. And I'm gonna aim for a headshot to try and hit the guy
Before you
who's
do
floating.
that, can I use my special ability as an influencer to convince Mr. Blobby to look directly at me as a distraction?
Yes. Yep.
Hey,
So you-
it's an Eldritch horror! Yay, it looks snake!
So while you do that, sort of, Mr. Blobby then sort of looks down.
Slay Bobby.
And he's very interested in what you've got to.
Are you going to go to the guy, and I will
Yeah.
try and I will cut
Because
Mr. Blobby's head.
realistically, a high velocity
Take
phone
Mr. Blobby.
to the forehead will hurt.
If you hit.
if I hit. But yeah, just years of Call of Duty.
And you're going to swing an
Headshots.
axe while
And I will swing a wax idly at wildly at Mr. Blobby's head
Right.
Right.
while he's looking.
Do any of us need to pull for this, or are we all
If
using our special
you
ability?
use your special ability.
Yeah, I'll use
Use
my
your
special
special ability.
We're all doing it.
And you're going to use your special
My
ability.
quick
as well. Okay.
game of reactions.
So you make a sort of like
Actually, I think it's not really a reaction, is it? Because I'm like a Twitch gamer, like as in Twitch mouse.
but you're pretty good at sort of, you feel like you're pretty good at headshots. You've
Okay.
I spent a lot of time doing
so
I spin on the spot and then
360.
throw.
Yeah. So as you do that, your phone just sort of like straight to the guy's head. It sort of whacks him into the middle of the head, and his head boom, jolts back like that. As you're just going like, yeah, no scope like that. His head sort of just creaks back up again. He's just like it's broken, but it's just flobbing there,
Love it.
just kind of
Love it.
going,
Love it.
just laughing maniacally. You sort of grab your axe, you're sort of, I mean, Mr. Blobby is pretty massive, but you're going to go for it, and you sort of whack at him, and sort of like massive amounts of just like tinsel and viscera straight out of this guy, but it doesn't seem to be stopping him. He is still just like, he's still just like.
And if I may,
Yeah.
at this point in time, like Ace will turn up,
Yeah.
like down the last couple of steps, and come out the door and go, "Man, this is like Guar. Cool. I could get into that." And just kind of like finds somewhere on Ace's person, he's got like a little lighter, and like just light it and just hold it up. And start swaying it from side to
As
side.
you're doing that, Mr. Blobby is now sort of distracted towards you.
This is how war works, man. You just gotta get guns, and it'll be all good, man. It's just fake war.
As that happens, I just grab Chloe and just kind of push her behind me
Yeah.
to save Chloe.
As,
You can take him.
We sacrificed half.
I've got Chloe. I've got the axe.
as Mr. Blobby is now in like enticed by this light of you waving sort of it in front of him, both of you actually notice that Maya has actually now sort of like got herself out of the thing, got herself sort of out of her gag, and she's sort of just like struggling to sort of get free, and she's just like, guys, please, just like help me out of here. He needs a distraction. Distract him. There are songs he doesn't like. Like he's just nuts about it. All he talked about was them. And I mentioned this. I can't remember. We went through the list, and there was one that he didn't mention. I think he really doesn't like it.
Yeah.
So I would think.
In the back of his throat, it's like dun dun.
As you start, can you pull a block?
Oh, here we go.
Unless anybody else wants to join in as well.
As you start going dun 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 dun, you can see Nicholas Saint. His eyes sort of roll back into his face.
No, they do it. They
And
told you.
he's just like,
Do it.
what?
They told you.
He's just like, that's
No, they do it. They
never
told
will
ya.
be a Christmas number
No, they do it. They told
one.
ya.
And he starts sort of lowering down. What do you do?
Ace is jumping around, like singing the lyrics at the top of his voice, like multiply, double, like singing the lyrics wrong.
Yeah.
Multiplied, diversified. I put it in a can and I went for a ride.
He's sort of looking quite confused as he sort of like comes, but he is sort of distracted, along with Mr. Blobby, who's just sort of like,
Can I run up and try and untie?
I'll help.
Yeah.
We're both going to do
Yeah.
that.
yeah. So you
Mine's-
can pull a block.
Did you bring down
So-
any vinyls?
Guys,
No.
Someone is.
I would never sacrifice such things.
Someone is jiggling the table,
Sorry.
and you need to stop.
Sorry.
So Maya's like, quick, untie me, my car, it's in that shed. We need to get it out of that shed.
Here we go.
Fudge you, I won't do it, you tell me. Fudge you.
So
This level's fair game.
Mr. Blobby, whilst Suze is trying to do this, Mr. Blobby has sort of looked down at you, and he's now taking one of his big hands, and he goes in for whereabouts are you?
I'm in my own mosh pit.
You're in your own market.
I'm circle pitting
Okay.
on my own.
So Mr. Blobby
I
is
think
going
he's going for a high five.
So Mr. Blobby is going to sort of go right down and sort of. He finds this hilarious, but he's coming in to come and smack you if you can pull a block for me.
Sure. I try and high five it.
Where we going? Where we going?
One hand. One
Like,
hand.
I'd like to nominate myself to be. I understand that I will need to, if we can flank him, then that will cause a distraction.
Oh, this
So I'm
is
gonna
getting
try
this
and
is getting hairy, people.
So you're continuing singing. Nicholas Saint is sort of more and more coming down, the Mr. Blobby is sort of like coming in for the swipe, you've let go of Maya, and Maya's just like, quick guys, we've got to get to my car. As you do this, Mr. Blobby, his hand sort of swipes over you. You go for the half five and just miss absolutely horrendously. Because you've got your eyes closed, you're too on you, just like, well, you will do what you tell me. And Mr. Blobby sort of misses you, and he swipes and he smacks the whole front of the shed off, revealing Maya's car in there.
Yes. Do we have my keys? You've still got the keys. Yes.
So Mr. Blobby is just kind of going there. He's just sort of like, as sort of like this car. He's sort of like really confused now of why the entity that was originally controlling him. He's just kind of going, no, that's not. It will never be a Christmas #1.
Even though I've got like 90% of the lyrics.
Mr. Blobby is sort of heading over, and he smacked over some candles, setting alight to some of the shed that is now sort of starting sort of like a fire, very close to around Mr. Blobby and Nicholas.
It's gonna go up like a something that goes up very quickly.
What would you like to do?
Run.
Yeah, I'll be like.
Yeah, Maya's like, quick, we've got to get out of here. We've got to get out of here.
It's like trying to get. Just like he's got the keys. I'm just like keys.
Do you wanna two tag him? I go around distract him. You just shoulder barge him into the.
I kind of want to just keep ripping tinsel out of him.
Like a clown.
Yeah, Mr. Blobby's just kind of. He's just sort of like. He's just sort of like falling down. And
you distract him, I'll get him in. How tall is he?
He's gigantic. He really isn't getting anything. But as you're pulling onto him, it's sort of like he's sort of like he just kind of sort of goes, and he sort of crashes down to the ground on top of Nicholas Saint, and he's just like. And then Mr. Blobby, with his phone thing, hits one of the wooden flames and he starts catching a light.
Run for the car.
Okay.
Running for the car. Everyone?
Yeah, I think get in the
Maya.
car.
Yeah.
I just
Drive off.
Yeah. Maya's just kind of going, my keys, give me my keys.
Not now.
No.
Come on.
Pull the keys out and like just underneath his breath, it's just like the roof is on fire.
She sort of grabs him and she just goes, shut up, Arthur! And she just grabs him.
It's not Arthur. Told you. She's not interested.
And she's sort of like, get in, quick. We need to get in. The house has now also caught a flame, as the cottage is now sort of aflame. She's like, quick, get in. You can still hear the sound of the demonic Mr. Blobby just sort of trying to move, trying to edge his hands closer to you. And she's just like,
I like to imagine that they're unnaturally stretching.
As far as I'm concerned, we're in the car and we're flooring it now.
Yeah,
let's go.
Get
So
in.
you've all
Cram
sort of
everyone in.
crumbled into the car, and Maya has put her foot down.
A single tear rolls down Ace's cheek as he thinks of all of that vinyl and all of those tapes just being obliterated by fire.
As she
Flammable as well.
As she bolts it down in this car, you sort of look behind you, as you sort of again sort of like a single tear, as you sort of like wipe your hand down the window to see this whole house and this demonic large pink entity sort of ablaze behind you.
Just gently hear Art singing. We didn't start the fire.
Each of the yellow spots started to bubble.
Yeah. And you have successfully
Then you see the man
escaped the Christmas cottage.
Hey!
And if And if you have enjoyed games like this, probably not always like recorded like this because this was a proper factor setup. But if you like games like this, if you like other one shots, if you like D&D, and if you're interested in the new campaign that's going to start next year, you gotta like this video, you've got to subscribe, you've got to hit that bell. And with those final words, whatever you do this festive season, if it's bringing you a little bit blue, just remember that in 2009, a song from 1991 about police brutality became the Christmas #1.
Yeah, it did.
It raised over £70,000 for homeless charities.
Yeah, it did.
And it really pissed off Simon Cowell.
Yeah, it did.
So Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, whatever your traditions are.
Dan.
And now we kill it.